guys, this is Apple Gamer 24/7. I'm here to give you guys a highly requested video today of what's on my Launchpad. You guys asked either on my channel or Twitter or even some comments on some other videos. I think I got a few private messages too about doing a what's on my Launchpad video, and here it is. So for those people that have been waiting the past couple weeks for this video, I just want to say I'm sorry because I've been sick the last couple weeks and I still been have some other stuff going on with school and stuff. So I finally have some free time, so I finally want to make this video. So going back to what's on my Launchpad, I really don't have all of my applications on one page as I do like on my iPhone or iPad, but I do have it on 3 pages, and as you can see, if I were to clean this up, I would be able to fit all my applications on 2 pages at least, but that's besides the point. So let's get on with the first one, which is Address Book. I don't really use this application too much, just use it for making contacts. The Mac App Store, for people who don't know who that is the shopping center or the store that you can buy new Mac programs on. Automator, that's like a task automated thing that you can set tasks to open up automatically, or if you hit certain commands, it does that. Calculator, pretty self-explanatory. Chess, pretty self-explanatory. Dashboard is the widgets. You can either click it through here or doing a gesture on the Magic Trackpad or Magic Mouse. The dictionary, that's pretty self-explanatory. DVD player, that's pretty self-explanatory. FaceTime is the iPhone to iPad or Mac to Mac or Mac to iPhone video chatting thing that Apple uses. I don't really use this too much. I mainly use it if I want to do something on my iPhone, but I mainly use Skype if I want to do any video calling. FontBook, this is a program on the Mac that keeps all your fonts, so if you download any new fonts, they go in here. GarageBand for making music. iCal, pretty self-explanatory. iChat is the instant messaging client that all Macs come with. iDVD, don't really use this anymore because DVDs are dying. Image capture for transferring photos. iMovie 2011, don't really use this anymore since I switched over to Final Cut Pro. iPhoto, this is the photo editor that comes in iLife. Mainly use this for organizing my pictures. I use this quite a bit. iWeb, don't really use this too much anymore because I don't make websites with iWeb anymore. I like the own customized route. But if you're just starting off web designer or just want to get a quick blog up, I definitely recommend iWeb for doing something quick. Mail is a email client that comes on every Mac. That's pretty self-explanatory. Photo Booth is a picture taking app, pretty self-explanatory. Preview is a PDF viewer or picture viewer that comes on every Mac. This is like a quick way you can view photos in PDFs without opening iPhoto or Aperture or anything like that. QuickTime Player is the default video player that comes on every Mac. I don't really like this app. I mainly use a few other programs I'll get into a bit later. Safari, my default web browser that I use to upload all my YouTube videos and just do all my occasional browsing. That I like this version of Safari a lot better because in the other version, if you had two Macs, it didn't sync with both computers. But since I have a MacBook Air now, if I want to put something in my reading list on there or even on the iDevices I own, it syncs up, which I think is really cool. In the utilities folder, it's got some basic utilities. I won't go through all these, but you get the activity monitor for going through tasks. The airport utility for going through router, managing my router, disk utility, the bootcamp assistant, and the migration assistant. This be some things that come on every Mac. TextEdit is a quick text editor if I want to make notes for something. I can just throw it in there. Final Cut Pro, this is what I use to edit all my videos. This is version 10, I believe. Time Machine for backing up the data, that's pretty self-explanatory. Mission Control is basically Spaces, Expose, and Dashboard combined into one app. Solver is a Microsoft Excel add-on that allows you to do more complex formulas if you needed to. I think that comes bundled with it, but I don't know why it's not in with all the other Excel stuff that I have on my computer. Motion for creating my intros, this is what I use to create my intros, but you can basically create the same intros in Final Cut Pro as I showed previously in another video. Compressor for compressing videos. This is sort of a CPU heavy application. It lets me to take a video and compress it down into other sizes and formats, and it saves a lot of space on the hard drive if you're doing any big files. iTunes, that's pretty self-explanatory. Aperture is the deluxe version of iPhone. It comes with a lot more editing features and just has a lot more pro features that iPhone doesn't have. System preferences, that's like a control panel, that's pretty self-explanatory. Developer is there's all the developer tools that you need to create the iPhone SDKs, like Dashcode for making dashboard widgets, instruments for doing some debugging and just making sure your program compiles right. The Quartz Composer, not really sure what this does because I don't really use it that much, and Xcode for creating the applications itself. Um, Stickies for sticky notes. I don't really use this too much because I just usually keep things open on a second monitor with TextEdit, or I use Evernote. Going on to the next page, we got Acrobat.com. I don't know what this does. I think it's just hanging out here. After Effects is all the programs relating to After Effects, like the render engine, the actual program, Mocha for effects, and the installer. Graphics and designs, these are basically all my Adobe applications. Dreamweaver, Illustrator, Photoshop CS4, InDesign, Bridge, and just some other installers and some packages. And Coda is another program that I threw in here. This is like like an HTML editor that sometimes I use. Again, not this. Adobe Flash CS4. I don't really use this, so it's basically sitting here. It actually houses all the different versions of Flash and even the latest version, so which I think is kind of nice. Adobe Media Player, don't really know what this does. Adobe Media Encoder, I think this is another plugin for After Effects. Evernote is a good way to sync notes between my iMac, my MacBook Air, my iPhone, and my iPad. Office 2011 is right here. Basically, if you know it comes to Office, you basically get these apps, but these are the Mac versions of the Windows programs. Microsoft Silverlight, this is what you need in your browser for you to watch Netflix on a Mac or PC. So this is the Mac version. Sometimes I watch Netflix on my computer. The entertainment folder, I have MPlayer X, which this is what I use to watch all my videos. This is a really, really handy application. Basically, it reads any file format and basically lets me put this program in full screen mode on my second monitor, but it allows me to be able to still use my iMac for whatever I needed to do. Like if I'm making a website or coding something, I can still use this, but able to have a movie playing on the side, which I think is really nice. MPEG Streamclip is a movie watcher and also a converter. Mainly use it for the converting features because you can get really good audio out of it. Ustream Producer from when I'm doing live broadcasts. I might start doing these again. Just post your feedback in the comments of what you guys think of me doing some live broadcasts. Handbrake is a converter that I use to convert video to the Apple TV because the Apple TV requires a special format and this handles it beautifully, does it really quick because it's 64-bit. So yeah, this is maybe what I use that for, just to convert movies over to the Apple TV. Memory free or free memory. This is a program that I have up in my menu bar, which allows me to see how much memory I'm using, and if I'm running low, I can actually tell this program to free up any memory that's being not used, and it actually works quite well. I think it's free in the Mac App Store if you guys want to check it out. GetTube is a YouTube downloading application. If I want to get some audio out of a YouTube video, I immediately will put it through this and then download it. Ringer is a iPhone ringtone application that I used to make ringtones. I think I made a video on this on my channel, so if you search Ringer on my channel, you'll find this video. AOL Radio, this is what I used to listen to AOL Radio, but I don't really use AOL Radio too much anymore. TouchGrind, this is a skateboarding app that takes advantage of the multi-touch gestures that come on a Magic Trackpad. Microsoft Office, the other, this is like all the background stuff that goes on with Microsoft Office. Geekbench for geek benching my Mac, getting a good score, I guess. This is like a benchmark application, I guess. Newsjack, this is a fairly new application that I bought. This is a program that allows me to get RSS feeds into directly the app, and I can tweet it out or I can post it on Facebook if I so choose to. Acid Snow, this is a iPhone jailbreaking program for if I want to jailbreak my iPhone or iPad. I mainly use this with my iPhone 4 because my iPad 2 is not able to be jailbroken. Super Jump World, this is a pretty funny application. I was going through this, and it's also available on the iPhone. This is a program, this is a game that basically takes Mario, but it's a leprechaun instead of an Italian plumber, and puts him in some of the same scenarios as Mario. It's actually pretty funny. If you guys want a good laugh at something, or just something new to play, definitely check out Super Jump World. Wallpapers HD Lite, this is what I use to get some of the wallpapers I use on my computer. MyHack, this is a program that allows me to take a flash drive, 8 gigabytes in size, and turn it into a bootable Hackintosh. So I can have a Mac OS X on any computer, as long as that thumb drive is inserted to the computer. ScreenFlow, this is ScreenFlow version 3.0. Just bought this today. This is a very nice program. The UI is very polished from the last version. It actually runs a lot faster. Haven't exported with it yet because this is my first recording, but I'm excited to see what the export times are. iTV, this is the program that I use to record my HD PVR with this program on the Mac. If you're on Windows, you have to use the preferred software, but this provides HD quality at both 1080 and 720, but I mainly export at 720. But this is a really nice program. I think this is like $50, but it's totally worth it. Utilities folder that I have, it's have a few other things. Dropbox, the Omni Disk Sweeper. This is like a hard drive managing application, and Tiny Umbrella for jailbreaking, and VMware Fusion for running Windows on my Mac. Smart Converter, this is another converter program. Skype, that's pretty self-explanatory. Splash Remote Streamer, Remote Streamer, I should say, is just a VNC client that I can run on my iPad, and it allows me to use any program that's on my Mac, and it actually resizes it to the iPad screen, which I think is kind of nice. Spotify, I don't really use Spotify, but it's pretty self-explanatory what this is. Transmission is a torrent downloader. Twitter for Mac is what I use to send all my tweets from my Mac. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll put my link down in the description box. Soundflower Bat, this is a program called Soundflower. Basically allows me to take audio that's playing on my computer and allows me to actually stream it live over Ustream or live stream wherever, or Vocal, whatever you decide to use. iPhone Explorer, when we get into the roots of my iPhone, if I decide to jailbreak it. The OS X Lion installer, I have this in here because I needed it for a tutorial. Text Wrangler is a text like a better text edit. It basically reads a lot of different files and allows me to edit code really quickly. So this is a pretty cool application. Motion FX, I did an app review on this. This is a pretty cool webcam application. So with CamTwist, basically does the same thing. Google Chrome is my default, my second browser in case Safari just decides to work or I'm doing some website stuff. I mainly use Chrome. Audacity for recording audio. Uber Strike, this is a game I never played. I don't know why it's here because I never played it before. MAMP Pro, this is MAMP Pro, MAMP, and this program right here, sorry guys, is all just managing your website locally, but this is the uninstaller, and these are the two programs that you need. I'll go to Assist Express Expert. This is like a program that I can use to use my Mac on any computer, from any computer, which I think is pretty nice. FileZilla is an FTP client. App Cleaner, which is basically when you drag a program to the trash can on the Mac, it doesn't delete it all the way. It just basically gets rid of it, but this gets rid of all the files associated with it, which cleans up a lot of hard drive space. And UnderRX, which is a RAR extractor. So yeah, guys, that's basically what's on my Launchpad. I know this is kind of long because I went through every single application, but in case you guys want any specific tutorials, any recommendations on some other apps, just put them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.